It's the AFC Championship game, and the road to a Super Bowl goes through New York. It's the Ravens and the Jets coming up next.
Travel west from Midtown Manhattan through the Lincoln Tunnel to the Jersey side. It's MetLife Stadium here in East Rutherford. Coming up, one game to decide who represents the AFC in the Super Bowl. It's the Baltimore Ravens and the New York Jets. The stadium is packed. Standing room only a chance for their hometown team to get to the Super Bowl. Great to have you with us, Mike Tirico, Greg Olson, and... So the Jets offense ready to take over for the first time. Leading this offense, their veteran quarterback.
Mike, when you're grinding away in the midst of training camp, these are the moments that you fantasize about. However, it's no longer a fantasy for either of these two teams. It's their reality, and it's up to them to seize the opportunity in front of them. But for that to happen, you're going to need a big game out of their quarterback. And if he plays the way he's capable of, they could be just a few hours away from heading to the Super Bowl. Little backyard football here by the quarterback. It looked like he was running around the playground in his early days. The disruption of the timing early was the key, and from that point on, him and his receiver just unable to get on the same page.
Back to the air again on 2nd and 10. He'll tuck it and take off.
Initially, Mike, a really good job by the defense. Nowhere to go with the ball for this quarterback. He's forced to pull it down and turn into a runner. A little slow reaction, and he's able to actually pick up a pretty good game.
He manages to get the throw away and completes it. And he'll be taken down, but they are in business inside the 30-yard line.
Those are the explosive pass plays that this team is going to continue to mine all day. And you can see pre-snap, the quarterback loved his matchup. He allowed his receiver to work downfield. Perfect throw, and now sets them up to try to see if they can finish this drive off with some points.
So they come to the line for 1st down and 10. Back to throw. And this ball batted away and incomplete. Kyle Hamilton, the versatile defender, with the good coverage there. Back to the air once more on 2nd down. He's got it inside the 5. And he'll take it on in. Garrett Wilson. Touchdown, New York.
And what a response by this offense. It's not easy taking the field, Mike, for the first time in the game, and you find yourself already down a score. They watch their opponent kind of march down the field and score on the opening possession, and they're able now to go out and square it on up. Allows you to take a deep breath, maybe get a little confidence for your defense to go out and get a stop, and they come away with this extra point. We got ourselves a tie ball game.
The Jets offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. They trail now 14-7 as they'll come up for 1st and 10. Off play action. He'll set up to throw. He'll air it out down the middle. He's got it. And they're not going to catch up to him. He will score. 76 yards. Touchdown, Jets. Well, that is a quick drive and the best way to finish it. The touchdown pass downfield. Greg, you rarely see a deep shot like that to start a drive.
You're right, Mike. We don't see it a lot, but I wish we did. It's actually the most efficient and safest down to pass the ball. And in this case, the defense is thinking run, got a lot of defenders up in the box, and they're able to strike deep with a pass play for 6.
The Jets offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. They'll start in outstanding field position, looking for a way to break our tie. they'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He keeps it himself. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line. 10 yards on the scramble there, and he picks up the first down. 2 minutes to play here in what's been an even first half. Back with more of the AFC Championship game after this. So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. Now they'll set up to throw. To the goal line and in. Touchdown, New York. And the show continues. What a first half he's had, Greg. A 3rd touchdown pass with that one.
Mike, what stood out to me the most so far is just the amount of space these guys have had to operate in. I think if I'm this defensive coordinator, me and my staff at halftime are revisiting this game plan. They obviously felt good about it coming in, but I don't think there's anything to feel good about thus far.
The Jets offense and their quarterback headed out for their next possession. This one tight throughout, all level at 21 as they'll search for a go-ahead score. Back to throw here to begin the drive. His throw left side is complete. And he is out of bounds on the other side of midfield. That's good for 27 and a first down. He'll drop to throw. Oh, what a throw. Slinging it across his body and complete. And they're going to be set up in the right zone. They've got it inside the 15. So we've reached halftime here in the AFC title game. As we get you down to Florida, Orlando specifically, it's where the coach is, Jonathan Coachman, has our EA Sports halftime report.
Okay, Mike, thanks very much. Which one of these two clubs is going to be Super Bowl bound? We'll find out in just a little bit. But first, time to look ahead to the NFC Championship coming up later today. And it should be a great one as well, as it's going to be the Los Angeles Rams taking on the Minnesota Vikings. So with that, let's get you right back out for the second half and the right to represent the AFC in the Super Bowl, as we hand things back over to Mike Tirico. We thought this one would be a close battle coming in, and we have not been disappointed. They're all even to this point. This has the feeling of a game that could go right down to the wire. One mistake or one.
Right away, they'll set up to throw. He'll get rid of it and complete it. And a big strike for good yardage there all the way up to midfield.
That's just such a tough throw. I mean, that's all arm. Being able to get your body turned and throw back across your body. I mean, it's one thing if you're just throwing it a couple yards to a check down. But in this case, he's still willing and able to push the ball downfield. And there does come some danger when you throw back across. But in this case, it's a big completion.
That pickup, good for 29 yards.
And this is where the quarterback's improv skills really kind of come into play. The ability to play off-platform, throw from different arm angles. It's something that we're seeing a lot play out across the league. And yes, you have to throw from a spot in the middle of the pocket. But if you can only do that, it's hard to play quarterback in today's NFL.
That is caught. And he's in. Touchdown, Jets. He is shining in this postseason spotlight. That's his second touchdown of the game. That is yet another touchdown pass. What a game he is having, throwing his 4th touchdown score of the game.
It's one thing, Mike, to throw 4 touchdowns, but it's really the ease in which he's carved this defense up that has stood out the most. The defense has had no answers for this passing game, and he has just completely had his way with this group.
So now, out comes the offense, led by their quarterback as they take over once again. And he's been as good as advertised. Take you through some of the highlights. 4 touchdown passes, on point with his receivers right throughout, and continuing to master running and executing this offense. Throwing now on 1st and 10. And that is incomplete. He was looking for Garrett Wilson there, and that will lead to a 2nd down. He'll look to throw. He'll take a shot, looking for Wilson. And he will take this one in. 70 yards. Touchdown, New York.
Well, it seems this game is kind of getting to the point, Mike, where it's defense optional. I mean, both these teams are really just having their way with their opponent. They're going up and down the field, and after this long touchdown, yes, this is great if you're a fantasy player, but it's not so great if you're a defensive coordinator.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. Off he goes. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one. Now the Jets going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. Here comes the blitz as he looks to throw. He'll air it out. Deep for Wilson. And he's got another one. Garrett Wilson. Touchdown, New York. Saving his best for the playoffs. His 3rd touchdown of the game. Greg, every touchdown counts the same, but the ones you get in the 4th quarter, they are the ones that feel a little more important.
Yeah, now that pressure shifts to your defense, your offense was able to go out and get the lead here late. Does your defense have enough left in them to get one more stop?
To the air now on 1st and 10. He'll take a shot. Looking for Wilson. That is caught. What a throw. Garrett Wilson. Touchdown, New York. He has come alive after the break. His 3rd touchdown of the 2nd half. Everything you want to do right there, Greg, in the 4th quarter. Get the ball with the lead and extend it to a 2-score advantage.
Yeah, and I think this just might end up being too much to overcome. You said it. Once you get a 2-score lead this late in the 4th quarter, there's just not enough possessions to be had to claw yourself back in it.
going to start this drive on the ground. It's Hall. Down the sideline, inside the 25. And it will finally be taken down at the Jets' 21-yard line. On first down, they go right back to Hall. He'll take it into the red zone. It's at the 19. Now a timeout here by Baltimore. That's going to be their second, as they'll get it with just a shade under a minute left in this one. They'll drop to throw. He's going to run it. And this is going to be a touchdown. They are going to extend the lead here in the final minute of play.
And that's exactly how you stress all week, finishing a game. Get the ball and leave no doubt. But that late touchdown, Mike, that should all but just seal this victory away.
The offense will stay out there as they will line up and go for two. They'll look to throw. And he'll get into the end zone, doing it on his own. Successful two-point conversion. So this one in the win column for the Jets, as they will lift the Lamar Hunt Trophy. They are off to the Super Bowl in 2 weeks as champions of the AFC.